That makes complete sense. I was seeing a bunch of fur and hair back here.
I must have chased them down here. I don't see any.
White-tailed deer.
It's hard to see prints because it's melted.
I think this is a. Oh no. Its glands are swelling. This could have been a couple months old. Because it feels fresh. You would see more blood, but there's no blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like.
Oh, look up there.
Oh, way up there. Yeah. Looks like Yotes got him. Man, we've already seen otters, an eagle, dead deer carcass, live deer. What's missing? Burbot, walleye, and rainbow trout. Sounds like a good deal to me. Very nice. Right up against the water's edge. Frozen over here. And there's a little inlet. Goes right out to the river. But I think this is where we're gonna set up our tent. Here? Yeah, like right here. Spot, yeah. Yep. Sounds good to me.
And I'll go up there and try to find some dry wood. Oh, look, there's deer up there.
Really?
Yeah.
They run?
No. Dead middle of the hillside.
Really? There's deer?
They're feeding, yeah. Look right there. See this tree?
Oh, I don't know. I can't really see. I think that might be mule deer. Yeah, those are mule deer. White rump.
That's cool.
4 of them.
Yeah.
5 of them, actually.
I see 3.
There's 5.
Oh, yeah, there's one up top laying, I think.
We have friends, Steve.
Yeah, that's cool.
I guess that solidifies our camping spot.
Yeah.
Today, I'm out here with good buddy. That is
Hello.
Mr. Steve with Northwest Outdoor Adventures. And today, we are doing something that I've been just missing ever since hunting season started. We are back out on the water, right here. This is uncharted waters for us. We've never fished here before, or at least Steve has years ago. But we have our backpacks all loaded up with camping equipment, fishing gear, camera equipment to film the whole adventure with you guys. And we're just gonna cook out, camp, have fun, and hopefully we catch some fish on this trip. But got a brand new backpack for hunting and camping and fishing uses. This is my first trip out with it. We just hiked in maybe about a mile from where we parked. So we're back here. There's literally nobody else in here. Just got the whole space to ourselves. And first impressions with this pack, not the greatest. So we're gonna get settled down here, just pull everything apart. We're not gonna use our heat right now because we don't need it, but we do have our hot tent with us. So let's get things situated. We are camping on sand. So one of my dilemmas with sand is you get sand everywhere because they're little minerals and they kind of just get inside your sleeping bag. But as of right now, honestly, I think a little bit of dirt and sand with your equipment is healthy for you because I've been cooped up at home all too tidy. So this right here is our tent. That's my sleeping bag. And I'm gonna get this tent set up. And then that brown thing right there, that's actually our hot stove, or our stove for our tent. And Steve did bring some wood from home, but we only brought 3 pieces of wood with us. So Steve is gonna go scavenge this land to hopefully find some wood for us so that we don't freeze. With that being said, look at that. See all that sand? It's already getting all over this tent, but we're gonna set this thing up and get situated. And we're just gonna start fishing. So when we were walking in here, we've kind of learned where the water is shallow, where the water is deep. Right here, it is extremely shallow. You can see pretty much the bottom all the way out to 20 feet. But right past this little cliff or this point right here, it drops off into a little bowl. But we're gonna start here shallow first. If we don't get any hits, we'll move over to the deep bowl. But I think I can easily outcast this shallow end right here. Oh yeah, that thing's flying. Oh yeah, perfect. So all we're gonna do now is reel up all the slack line. We're gonna lay our rod right here. We're gonna take this rock, we're gonna lay it right here. And that way we can rest our reel on top of this rock. That way the sand doesn't get inside our reel. So here's our bell. You press on this, that little gap opens, and we can just slide this right on top of our rod, and it's hanging on there. So you get a fish, that bell will alert us. All right, so here's the stove. This is our door, so we can open and put wood inside, close it and lock it. And then I just attached the 4 side walls, and then I have the stands or the legs of this thing so that it can be elevated off the ground. So all we gotta do is get the pipe ready, and we can put this inside the tent and start burning. Yep. Oh. Well, that's whack. You guys fell over. You guys wouldn't even have seen the bite. I'm gonna reel this up, and we're actually going to move that way where it's a little deeper. Slap this piece of wood right here. I'm gonna use this as my rod holder. We're just gonna launch this out and see if trout wanna play. Got our bait in the water right here. That's Steve gonna go and do the same thing. Deep pool, shallow on this side. We fished this for like 30 minutes, no hits. We're gonna give this deeper pool a shot. We'll see. All right, you guys are on rod watching duty. This time, don't fall on me. This is what Steve went and got for us. He worked super hard to get this one piece of log down to our camp from way up there. He was literally like halfway up that mountain, sawed it off and drug this all the way down. And actually, you guys look way up above me up there. There's a herd of deer up there, and those were the same deer we saw when we got here. And Steve went probably like 200 yards away from them, and they didn't care. But couldn't be more stoked to be here. Sun is setting, or the sun has set, and this is home. This is where we're gonna spend our night. I have not ate anything all day. I'm hungry. Beautiful. Look at you,
Right?
professional bushcrafter.
I'm gonna start making from now on is bushcraft videos.
I think you found your calling.
I think so.
The sun has set. We are in a total darkness, but we've got our wood situation figured out. These are the big wood for once we have the stove going. These are the pile of wood that's more damp and wet. And that's our fire starting wood. And this side is where I'm sleeping. This side over here, that is Steve's side. And we just got all of our gear just kind of jammed all over the place, but that's where we're spending the night. You gotta be kidding me. Steve's got a fish. It feel like a big one?
I don't know, but it doesn't feel like a trout. I think it's a burbot.
It's gotta be a burbot.
Oh yeah.
What the?
It is a burbot.
That is a burbot. Not a big one, but that's an eater.
It's awesome, dude.
I knew they had to be in here somewhere.
Right? The way he bit, I was like, that's not a trout.
Hey, no skunk.
It's awesome. Let's go.
Look at that beast.
I haven't cut a burbot in a few years. Very neato.
He swallowed it?
Oh yeah. Did they have teeth?
Oh yeah. No, they have like a catfish like
Did
that.
they?
Just
Oh,
like that
okay.
sandpapery.
I was gonna say I don't want to find out by putting. I can always just.
Well, I'd probably just cut it.
Yeah, let's cut it.
Just cut it and
Then
we'll
we'll
clean
bonk
them and then take a look out.
Sounds good, man.
What happened, Steve?
Well, what happened is that we were over there sitting by the fire because we're a bunch of wussies and it's kind of cold out. And then we heard my bell go out once, just a little bit. And years ago, so I've caught burbot. It's been a few years, but I remember they bite really light. They don't really bite like a trout. So we thought we heard my bell because it's dark, so we put a bell on it. We came over here, we checked it, nothing. We go back, we're like, let's start cooking because we're getting hungry. So then we hear the bell again. I come back here and I watched and I see just a little bit of movement. So I was going to leave it alone and go back and cook. And then I was like, I'm just going to pick up my rod and just feel it. And I just put a tiniest little pressure on it and I felt a good bite. So I set the hook and. But honestly,
looks like he was on there for a while.
I think he was already on there. I think he swallowed it.
Oh yeah.
So
that hook's long gone.
So let's go cut this. We're gonna go clean this guy up. We're gonna fry him up, and then we'll put another worm on here.
We were in the middle of getting our dinner ready, so we had to tend to our interruption, which was that burbot. But now I will continue with my meal. So this right here is the eye round from my bull elk that I shot last fall. If you are new here, I am a hunter, I'm a fisherman, and one of the main reasons why I hunt and fish is for the meat and the fish meat. This right here in this jar is actually bear fat. Take a little bit of bear fat right here, and we're just gonna smear it onto the aluminum foil. That's enough bear fat. So put this back on, and now I am just waiting for Steve's secret touch. I would use this is garlic salt, but Steve's got the better stuff, and I will let him do the touch. You are Alpine Touch Bay.
You guys already know what this is. Steve's famous Alpine Touch.
If you don't know what that is, that's Alpine Touch seasoning, and it's one of my favorite at this point. Steve introduced me to it, and it's hard to beat.
I want to put all the meat on.
Beautiful piece of meat all wrapped up. Let's throw it in the coal. Right on top of the flame, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Beautiful.
Nice. Give those bad boys 30 minutes.
We just threw in 2 potatoes. Steve brought 4 potatoes, but we're gonna eat 2 tonight because 4 potatoes is a lot. And then this is the elk meat that I just prepped. But the reason why we're cooking the potatoes first is potatoes take way longer to cook. So we're trying to time the potatoes and the elk meat to finish at the same time. That way you don't have a potato or elk meat that is cold. Ooh, perfect.
So my plan is to unravel the potatoes once we think they're done.
Look at our kitchen, folks. We got bacon for tomorrow. Steve's the coffee guy. Cheese. Ooh, yeah. Potatoes with butter. Elk meat, Alpine Touch with bear grease. That's the other one right there.
And the burbot.
And a burbot. Dig into the elk meat because so thankful for this elk, man. You're not promised an elk every year, so when you get one, you really got to cherish the fact that you are successful with one.
As expected.
Dude, that burbot is fire. This burbot is
What's that, guys?
next level.
Good meal, good friendship, a river. What else can you ask for?
We got our stove locked and loaded. We're just gonna hit the sack and we'll start fishing again tomorrow. Well, there goes a bunch of geese this morning. Looks like you went and found a jackpot.
Our honey hole up there produced again.
New branches grew overnight.
No, the tree right next to it did.
Oh. It's almost like these branches are just appearing out of nowhere.
Look, it's like they want to be brought. Catch fish yet?
Nope. Not yet.
How'd you sleep last night?
I slept pretty good. How'd you sleep?
Dude, I did not sleep very good.
Really?
I was up a lot, yeah. I don't know why. Not because I was uncomfortable. It was just...
You were just trying not to sleep through this.
Exactly. Here you go, Small.
Chef Steve with the clutch breakfast sandwich.
It's a McTrout sandwich.
McTrout without trout. Look at that. Toasted buns, scrambled eggs, bacon, thick hickory bacon. Mmm. Oh yeah. It's the perfect spot for a breakfast.
Right? You make some direct contact with. Makes sense.
So we are saying goodbye to this little lake right here and got everything loaded up. So that's my pack, just kind of crammed everything into there. Carrying that pan by hand. Over here is Steve. He's got his pack loaded up. I've got my fishing rods and I'll carry those by hand as well, but I didn't catch a fish. Steve over here did. But honestly, it was good to just get out here and stay outdoors. So we're gonna say goodbye here. I'll see you guys when I get back on the water. Yep, this glove is no longer waterproof. Time to buy a new one.
Let's rock and roll.
Don't know when we're gonna be back here, but it was good when we enjoyed it.
Right.
Now we just gotta get behind that mountain over there.
Right.